Oh, yes, it's our survival pack. We're at the San Diego Zoo.
We're gonna feed the gorillas.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Rodney.
What?
Never mind.
Hey, let's go.
Are they twins? No, I think they're twins.
They must have missed the turn off the camera.
I know. Now when
remember we came down here about a month ago, but it was raining, it was too crowded, we couldn't get in.
right, but when was the last time you got into the zoo?
Is that 77?
Back with Aunt Gigi? Uncle Ted?
Yep.
But and you came down on the train.
Known as your cousin. They're the largest and most colorful of all flamingo species. It's that brilliant pink coloring from the kinds of foods they eat. Lots of shrimp and crustaceans. They're also run down by the swimming pool. So maybe a little better opportunity for seeing the tiger if you come to on your own. This is what we call a habitat or a biome. That's where we take our animals, our plants, our birds, and we make a more realistic representation of the outside world. We're hoping to see some river hippopotamus in the pool below us.
Oh, there is.
I see ducks. That's it. River hippopotamus do like to spend as much time underwater as possible, and they have a pretty good size pool. Look up high, you might see the big gray herons up in the trees. If you see white ones, those are egrets. Our right-hand side are birds of prey. We'll see if I can find anybody. Feel free to always come along this pedestrian bridge there. I do want to point out on our left-hand side, though, there's that still the enclosure for, I believe it. There on our left-hand side. Our juvenile male. His sister should be in there, too. So keep your eyes peeled for polar bear number 2, an endangered species. Our polar bear area not only has polar bears, but other Arctic animals as well. Reindeer, diving ducks, marten ducks are connected to. See if our polar bear kind of move out a little bit so we can see it a little bit better. We're going to roll. We're going to keep going here in just a second. Oh, there's Texas, New Mexico. Javelina are a collared peccary, and they are very similar to this Chicoan peccary. This is an endangered species, so we're thought to be extinct to animals if you're interested. Animals on our right-hand side called a Szechuan. Spring babies in this group. One of our little girls right next to Mom. There. There should be another one in there somewhere. Downtown skyline over your right-hand shoulder there. Szechuan talking from the Sichuan province of China. They live up in dense bamboo forest up in the mountains. Hey, is there any other animals from dense bamboo forest, Sichuan province? Pandas. Pandas in time. They tie all over themselves. The ball head actually really works hard. Then that's an adaptation of physical characteristics that helps them survive. We're going to talk a little bit about adaptations while we're on the tour. Check out these gazelles. They actually have an adaptation to help their eyesight. Check out their faces. You can see this black stripe that goes from their nostril past their eye. Helps reduce glare. Helps them see a bit better. Now, people use that idea too, right? Football players, baseball players, you see that goop under their eyes? Works the same way. A lot of gazelle Bactrian camels come from our Bactrian wapiti.
I didn't see that one. Stop.
Or wapiti. You can say them. Horace and Cape Buffalo, they're the right-hand side. They like to eat, they like to lounge. It's my kind of animal. Eating, lounging? Am I the only one? Alright. Oh, okay. So you guys know these. What is it? Zebra. I get it. Okay, first thing is the whole thing. Dorcas gazelle, we do have some babies in the group, and they're about 5-6 feet tall. Dorcas gazelle, some of the smallest of the gazelles are from the Sahara.
Those are zebras.
Silver, our male, who's standing by the pole. He's the tallest of the group, about 16 feet. That's about 60 feet. Yeah, they don't get that much bigger. Let's come around the corner. Darker color helps reduce sunburn. They spend so much of their day eating, so a little added protection. The tongue is also prehensile, so it's very strong. They can reach out. You can see the little female Nakuru reaching out right there with the tongue grab reaction. A lot of people think she's a baby because she's not particularly tall. Nope, move around. She's not particularly tall. There we go.
We're going.
Our other senior female, Abby, is actually an expectant mom. So any day now, we're expecting a baby. So that's why they've got her cordoned off. So when the baby is born, they have some privacy, and we're not concerned about the other giraffe getting in while she's giving birth. So. Or we've got our sable antelope there to our right. Looks like our male is doing babysitting duty. His three youngest offspring hanging out right by Dad there. He's the dad of the region. Comes from a French word for tightrope walker. Unlike a lot of...
This is fun, Joshua.
We got some goats and sheep. We're going to kind of zip through goats and sheep. We got some Chinese giraffe. Go with the sheep. If it's got a little beard, a little goatee, it's probably a goat. This one, no beard, you're going to notice the next one. Got a paw on the ground there. That's actually a sheep, a big horn sheep. Yeah, the one with the little tiny horns, that one's the big horn sheep. Yeah, the males are the ones with the big horns. Actually, when I was a kid, I thought it was a big horned sheep were really big sheep with horns. So, another one of our ibex there. Now we do have a baby ibex. Where's our baby? Okay, the baby is in the cave in the last enclosure there on our right. Mom is in the middle and the baby's a little bit to the left, inside the cave in the very center.
Matthew, I'm going
Born last Thursday, so just about a week old.
Can Matthew go on the side?
You can always come back. It's actually been hiding in the cave all day. More of our Chinese giraffe kind of peeking down at us. Japanese giraffe. No, Japanese are the ones that look a little like Santa Claus. Or see every coop a little bit, yeah? Now the Zoro are actually kind of famous goats. You guys know your astrological sign? Anybody a Capricorn?
So?
If you're a Capricorn, that's your goat, the goat's on the right. Now we did have a baby Zoro born last week too.
I want to be with Joshua. Yes.
Okay, it's in the last enclosure, the back right-hand corner.
Oh, yes.
Little tiny furry baby. Back right-hand corner of the last enclosure. And that guy was born last Friday, so. And we've been talking, whoa, that's the smell. Yowza. We've been talking about the adaptations. Look how high the tusks stick up on the warthogs. You'll notice the warts actually protrude right below the eye to help protect their eyes. The males are a more aggressive animal and they tend to have larger warts because they tend to be wrestling with each other a little bit more. The females in the next part of the enclosure, their warts are actually relatively small because they're not as aggressive with one another, so not doing so much of that wrestling. Some of our smaller carnivores to the right, we got some Russian foxes in the first enclosure, Corset fox. And this is full grown, these are full grown. Good guys. Like counting them up there. Kudamundi in the next enclosure, getting a little exercise, working it a little bit on the wheel. Booster in the middle enclosure. Booster looks an awful lot like a kitty cat, although they're not a cat at all. The Booster are in the weasel and mongoose family that's from Madagascar, the largest offenders from that island, actually. Caracal in the next enclosure, check out in the hammocks. It looks like they're enjoying a little lounge about. I can see feet and kitty ears. And they look like kitties. They are kitties. Some of they're like a variety of areas, unfortunately, where they like to live, people like to live. Actually, there's another contact right inside, right at the curve of the enclosure up on the wall. See, if you're looking over your shoulder, you can actually see it. Caracal, they're called. They're in the bobcat and lynx family. Yeah, he's a terrific looking animal.
Black Panther.
Jaguar lynx, a dual cat, he is spotted. You gotta see him in the sunshine and get a little closer to him. He's really see the spot pattern. This is a natural color variation for the jaguar, a little more rare. It's from a genetic mutation in the animal, so both parents must have the recessive gene for this color pattern. He was the only one of his siblings to come out this color in the fourth everybody in the medical system. The other three, there were four of them, and they're swimmers, not good swimmers though, they don't really care for the water. This is more tan than orange tan, and then of course from the base, a little bit of color for camouflage, keep them cool.
Yeah, there's another one.
They're trying to open up in the tree. Yeah, up in the tree the whole time. Right before the orange tree. Now we have family groups just like wolves, just like lions. I'm going to move forward so everything is seen. This is actually one of the most endangered of African predators. Only the Ethiopian lions do sleep an awful lot. They sleep approximately 20 hours a day. So if you actually get them awake, that's pretty good. They really like cool mornings and evenings. Honestly, if I lived in Africa with 130 in the middle of the day, you would not find me either. So. Some animals like the daytime light. They call that diurnal. People for the most part. So let's check out a couple other things. We've got some Malaysian tapir there to our left-hand side. Tapirs are in the rhino family. They're in ungulates, which are plant eaters. Tapirs have kind of a big nose. I think they can see nose very well. It's kind of crazy. They're actually really good swimmers, and they like to use the nose like a snorkel. One of our peacocks is in there too. Our peafowl are free to roam around the zoo grounds. They know who owns them, they know who feeds them, so they usually don't get too far. So if you kind of see them walk, you have the river hippo before, but this is a pygmy hippo. They're from the west coast of Africa, like the hump of Africa, as opposed to Central Africa. About a sixth of the size as a river hippo. This pygmy hippo's name is Francesca. She's not from Africa originally, she's actually Italian. She's from Russia. Let's come around the other side. Let's see the elephants on the other side. We get a little better view, I think. Believe it or not, this is not full grown, this is a juvenile. Hi, buddy. He's like, what? They'll probably put on another 500 pounds or so. All of our elephants are female. Male and female don't like to hang together, so we keep only female here at the zoo. But two different species. A lot of people know which species is which, so. Yeah, you guys know which ones are which? Yeah. Everybody point to an Asian elephant. Which one Asian elephant? Everybody point to an African elephant. Yeah, the one in the middle is the African. With the bigger tusks, she is physically larger. She's a little more wrinkly too. Now, why do African elephants have bigger ears? Not so better to hear you with. Actually, to keep cool, exactly. A couple people said it. There's a lot of vein in the ears. So when they get hot, they flap their ears around, and that cools off the blood as it travels through the ear. A lot of the nose right there. The underclaw is the right umbrella to the right side, and I can just see it silhouetted in the back there to the right there. Now, the only reason I know these are males is because they're right on themselves. The males are kind of territorial. They don't like to share their